everyone, we're back and we are here with Hillary and Nico.
Hey everybody.
And so what we are going to talk about now is, if you tuned in at 3 o'clock, you saw our interview with Becky and Richard, and they did some cat enrichment. And so what we're going to talk about now with Hillary is the types of things that we need to help enrich the pets while they're here. So before we get to this, I want to talk to you and ask you some really hard questions.
Okay.
So why is enrichment, the animals here at FAR, the dogs are walked twice a day,
right.
They're out in the play yard, right. The cats have social interaction with people and each other, they're not in cages, they're in cat rooms. Is enrichment really even necessary in a shelter like this?
So it is, and I'll tell you why. Because you want to really kind of look after the holistic health of a contained animal. So enrichment is there to help improve the good qualities that we see in our animals, help sort of diminish the negative qualities like shyness, and then it helps them become more in tune to people. A lot of these dogs have been living on the streets, they're not very social. If we can enrich them, we can help them engage with people, and you'll see that they turn the attention to the handler a little bit better. Also, that mental stimulation can help them physically. They go through a lot of stress, and if we have relaxation times, ways that we can enrich their natural senses, they become they adjust a little bit better.
One thing you said that was really interesting was that enrichment is different from exercise.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people think, well, but you're walking them, you're taking them out in the play yard,
right.
They're getting all kinds of attention, but that doesn't necessarily equate to what enrichment would be.
Right. I think all of that is a fraction. It's a portion of enrichment. So that's really engaging their exercise. You're working their bodies. You're engaging their urge to play chase, when you're playing fetch. But what about their sense of smell, their sense of vision, the sense of touch? How do you, sort of enhance that so when they go home, they're not as spooked and they can transition a little bit easier. The concept of enrichment started in the zoos in the 1960s because they started noticing the animals that were contained would be a little more aggressive. They'd get bored. They'd start, like in dogs, we see them licking the windows or pacing back and forth. Well, that makes an animal much less adaptable, and it also can bring about all kinds of issues at home. So
what about Sarge? You've worked very closely with Sarge.
Yeah.
He's been here over a year. Now, I've been at other shelters before where I worked, and some dogs after like a month are spinning in circles and showing that anxious behavior and what we would call going kennel crazy.
Right.
How is it that Sarge, after more than a year here, it's almost like he feels like this is his home?
Right.
So
right.
What is it that you're doing to help combat that decline of him being at the shelter?
Right. So when Sarge first got here, he was very aloof. He didn't care who was in the play area with him. He was always, having that foot barrier frustration, chasing everything that would come up and down the sidewalk in the play area, and you couldn't get his attention. So what Foothills did as a nonprofit, we raised some money, we got him into boot camp, we did some behavioral modification with him. That's one portion of enrichment. We got him out for walks. That's the physical aspect. And then we started engaging his nose. Let's do snifaris with him. We did visual engagement. Let's play with water. I'm going to pet you, dude. I'm going to put my hands on your body. And with all of that, he started looking at the person on the other end of the leash. And that, I think, really is what is key to keeping his head above water here. Not to mention, we have you, right? So, okay, let's take Sarge to a volunteer's house to go swimming. Let's take, in other cases, Rusty May. She's a newer dog that we have here that has herding issues. Marlene, let's go for a hike. Let's get her out of the shelter environment where she can sniff, she can see, there's all kinds of visual stimulation, and she can really be a dog
Right.
for a while.
That's awesome. So what we're going to do now, each day of the weekend, we have a shopping segment planned. So this is our enrichment shopping segment. So what we've done here is we've come up with different things that we can use to help enrich the pets' lives, and then price tags of approximately what it would cost. So let's start over here. These are slow feeders. We're saying it's like $10 for a slow feeder.
Yeah.
So as you're looking at these, if there's anything that you want to help us purchase, then you can just go online to foothillsanimal.org and click donate. You can donate through there. You can donate on our Facebook event page, and then you can also donate, text to donate. You just text FAR to 833-846-8528. So if any of these price points are appealing, if you donate $50 or more, we will be doing drawings at the end of the event on Sunday for some cool items. So slow feeders are important. And then what about like interactive toys and something like this? So these are specifically for the kitties. So do cats really need enrichment?
Yes, they do, because cats, here we have these beautiful cat rooms, that without a doubt, but not every cat likes to be around other cats in such a tight space. So then the need to get some stress. So cats, what do? They scratch. Dogs too. So let's provide them something to scratch on. That way you don't find them doing nervous destructive behavior.
Right.
These slow feeders are incredible because they are sort of a multi-purpose tool. They help with medical issues. Sometimes we get street dogs that come in here that are food aggressive, that will eat so fast they end up with diarrhea. This helps slow that process. And then it's a little bit of a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Enrichment doesn't have to be elaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then over here, we don't have the item, but this was something Hillary insisted that I mention.
Yeah.
So for $100, you have this vision of building some sort of jungle somewhere in the hallway.
Yes. Or even in one of these meet and greet rooms, I would like to get some cat-friendly plants that we can build a jungle environment where we have a cat that we notice is having problems adjusting into our multi-housing rooms. We can put them in there and say, hey, decompress. It's okay to hide in here.
Yeah.
You're safe. The smell, the sights, the sounds, the touch, all of that will be stimulated. They'll be separated for a while. They can relax in that little jungle.
Awesome. That's a great idea. So then we have $35. This is another project that you would like to implement. You were thinking that maybe we could hang some mobiles, just like the kind that you have in your home for babies, that we could hang like in the cat rooms or maybe in the hallway where the dogs are. And is that just to provide some visual stimulation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They have something to stare at. We see, oh, you guys bought this beautiful TV for the cat hallway. They watch that a lot. That's not uncommon. We walk by and we're staring at that. The mobiles, they will have at night. It's something that, turns, what is it? It's something new in their environment.
Right.
They can kind of, yeah.
And speaking of the TV, we do have, this is a pretty big ticket item, but you guys did see the enrichment program with Becky and Richard, and we showed you the TV in the hallway. And for $100, we would like to, or $500, we would like to purchase a TV for the dog hallway so that we could show some dog TV, because it has made a big difference in the kitties. So we're hoping it would do the same thing with the dogs.
Yeah.
So this is something unique. This is called a Snuffle Mat. That's about $35. And what do you do with this? You can use these for dogs and cats.
So these are great, even for you guys at home. You can put some kibble in there. You can cut up a high-value treat, hide it in that muzzle mat, and that will give them some nose work. This is a pretty small mat. I would use this for a dog the size of Nico. Sarge would, he'd eat that in a flash. But it does. It's time-consuming, and they're getting that nose work.
Perfect. And then we have $50 that would help cover like these dog puzzle toys like this. This is to dispense treats. So that would cover a lot of these fun, easy, interactive toys that we can use. Bubble machine, I know it's your favorite.
I love the bubble machine. So this is great visual stimulation. We have noticed that when Melissa and I are in the play area and Sarah were working with this, a lot of the dogs, the bubbles come and go. But if we start to frolic,
Yes.
the dogs start to frolic.
Yes.
Indeed.
Especially when you frolic.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to show you some ideas of, I know a lot of times if you're thinking of donating, you want to know what my money is going for. And so these are just some of the things that would be used with your donation. So want to remind everyone again that this is a fundraiser for us this weekend. The four of us, you can't see Sarah and Dylan, but they are offset camera folks right now. The four of us are sleeping in the shelter or outside of the shelter in tents throughout the weekend. So we were just discussing which dogs we were going to bring into our tents, and we'll show you that later. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we're going to speak with our board member Jack and his dog. Yes, Hillary, you have a question?
Can we talk about the treat?
The trick and train. Treat and train.
Real quick.
Okay, yeah, that was this one, I think.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this one will prove to be vital to the shelter because this is a machine. Okay, you put the treats in there and it has a remote control. So if you want to teach a dog like Sarge or Rusty place, you put them in place, they lay down, you put the treat and train right next to them, make them stay and hit the remote, and they're rewarded from a distance.
Okay.
So it's a very effective training tool.
Awesome. So there you go. So you can donate online, foothillsanimal.org. You can also text FAR to...
I just want to mention Jen 7878 just asked us, is there a number somewhere we can go and see it for the text to give number? So yes, there is.
The text to give, that she needs the text to give number. It's 833-846-8528. And we are putting it up on our Facebook live feed. So Jen, I don't know if you have Facebook. I know it's for us old people, but
but I can also just do a post just with the text to give number as well on Instagram too. Oh wait, you're done. Jen has done everything for you.
Behind the scenes, trying to gently prod her, and you're just like,
go on!
So yeah,
if you could share that with friends, family, anything, we would truly appreciate it. It's definitely been a tough year for us all.
Alright, you guys, so tune back in at 5 o'clock. Again, we'll be with our board member Jack and his dog Emma, who has a pretty, it was a sad start to her life, and it's ended up very well. And then at 6 o'clock is the moment we've all been waiting for.
It's throwback time.
From Blue Clover Distillery. We'll be here for our little yappy hour. We'll be having vodka drinks and hanging out around the fire pit. Don't pee on that.